Hey guys, Captain Dave Schneider. I'm coming to you from kitchen here. It is, I don't know what day it is, doesn't matter. But I've actually been, I was up in Orlando for a couple of days and whatnot, but I wound up getting really sick while I was up there. I don't know, it was kind of a gastro thing, but almost felt like, anyway, I was having some issues. And so, I was really knocked out for the count there. In fact, until about an hour ago, I couldn't hardly get up and move around at all. But I feel a little bit better today. I had to cancel my trip today. I had a 3-person 6-hour trip today with a young man who is a vlogger himself, and so I'm disappointed that I wasn't able to do that. But at 5:30 this morning, I called the marina, and there's no way that I'm not getting out of bed or coming down there, kind of thing. So that's a bummer. You never, you got to make hay when the sun's shining here when you do what I do. So that was kind of a stinker. But anyway, I'm feeling a little bit better. I feel like I've been beat up a little bit. So I'm gonna punch this one out. I'm about 12 hours late on my vlog here, but I want to start this vlog with my GoPro and just shooting with the GoPro here because I want to show you a couple things, and then I'm gonna kind of move on. But I keep saying I'll show you this, I'll show you that, I'll show you this, I'll show you that in terms of gear. But I thought I'd take a minute and I'd show you some of my audio equipment that I'm using. Of course, I use some of the more standard microphones and stuff on the GoPros and whatnot, and I'm not really here to show you that. But I just got some new Audio-Technica stuff in the mail that I'm really excited about. I've been using the wireless Audio-Technica stuff for a while now. Actually, let's take a look at it here. But I just got my dual controller here, and this is going to enable me to talk to. I can have 3 people mic'd up or 4 people mic'd up all at one time in the boat. So that's pretty cool. I've got some things to kind of iron out here, but this is what I've been using. Of course, this is the same equipment, just different apparatus. With the lavalier mics and the control boxes and the sending units and receiving units, and here again. But anyway, it's very good stuff, very, very good quality stuff. It's probably considered the step down from the Sennheiser, if I'm saying that correctly, stuff. This is probably the next thing in line for about 40%, 30% less money. But it's I want to say right here on the table, there's probably $1,400 here in this equipment. And which is a little bit pricey, but when you're starting to do what I'm doing and getting to the level that I'm getting at, it really opens some things up for you. So I thought I'd show you that stuff, and I'll maybe go into more details. If you got specific questions, I'll go into more detail about it, but I thought I'd show it to you. This is my 4/3 camera setup that I've been using. This is my DJI Pro, and it's a spectacular setup. I mean, the quality of it's a 4/3 sensor camera, and it's, when you see the stuff that I shoot that is really clean, that's probably what I shot it with. All this other stuff is 4K and what have you, but there's something about that 4/3 sensor technology that is really the pinnacle of the thing. Now that camera this camera actually also goes on my drone, on my Inspire 1 professional drone. And so I can fly with that camera as well. And of course I use a Zenmuse 3 camera as well in that situation. But anyway, I thought I'd just kind of show you that real quick and kind of give you a look at that. I'm actually going to do an unboxing of a couple of things, and so that's what I want to get to. But I'm going to hook up my audio equipment now, and we'll jump into that. But I thought you might want to see it, so I'll be right back with it. All right, guys. Well, hey, I did an order reload. In fact, I did an order reload of my Jigs that I use, my weedless jigs. The company also makes football jigs and things of that nature, but I bought these from Big Bass USA. Shout out to Big Bass USA. Found them online. They're just one of the companies that carry their products. These Jigs baits can be a little hard to come by, frankly. I mean, they can be a little bit difficult to come by. I've had to dig around a little bit to find them each time I've tried to order them. But as you know, they've got the real unique line tie that I use. And guys, I keep it simple. I buy basically 2 color jigs, and you're looking at them. Black and blue and some sort of brown and green. Usually I'll buy a variety of brown and green, but it really doesn't matter all that much. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. You can always play with trailer colors a little bit if you want to as well. But as you know, the Jig-X system is a system. You know, you've got the I bought the quarter ounce jig. I got the trailer, the keepers here. I'm holding them up without focusing, but I've got the keepers here. This is the chunk sling, and I've actually got the chunks in here as well. And what I want to do here is I want to actually rig one of these up again, because Major Joe Beeman gave me the Franks and Beans. He told me I just went so fast last time that he said it was almost impossible to try and figure out, you know, what you needed. So yes, my wife is back there giving me the shits and giggles here. Now it comes with rattles. You actually attach them separately, and I will hook the rattles on absolutely for sure. But here we are. Here's the jig itself, and again, it's got the very unique. You can even see the tie there. It's got the unique hole. It feeds in the end here, and it actually comes around and it ties onto the eye back here, right in that area right there. And it's a pretty slick little deal, to be very honest with you. It creates a different kind of a pull. It also, what I really like is it really protects your knot. It really protects your knot and your line from banging through the heavy cover and whatnot. And there's a nice Teflon coating, you know, within the jig itself. They've put a nice Teflon coating in the jig, and they've done a really nice job of creating an environment where your line is safe. And then when you're pitching in heavy cover all the time, you know, that can be important. And anyway, I've said many times that one of the more important considerations anytime you're picking a bait that you're going to throw into heavy cover is to make sure it's something you can get in and out of the cover multiple times without having to mess with it at all. And this certainly fits that bill. It absolutely goes in and out of the cover very, very well. Boy, oh boy. But again, it's got two holes. You can see the two holes there, and you want to use you're going to feed this on through the lower of the two holes right there, just like that. And I don't have, again, guys, I'm only showing you this because I told you I would show you the stuff that I use and the stuff I believe in, and this is just one of those I use it and I really believe in it type situations. And you pull this all the way down, just like so. Just like so. That's exactly what we're going to aim for. And we'll rotate it like so. And here's where the magic happens. Here's where the magic happens. Can you see this? Now that you've got that in that position here, this is going to stretch over the top and catch a hold. Oops, don't go too far. Dave did that once before. It catches it just like that. And that baby right there absolutely is not coming off. That's the system, guys. That's my number one jig. In grass, wood, rocks, it doesn't matter. I've yet to use. I probably will trim. You know, I like to trim my skirts a little bit. I'll probably trim some of that. But what's so key here is the unique tie system that this jig has. The line feeds through the top, and it ties back here. And it's a really nifty tie. And you use like a cinch knot. Now they have they usually on the jig itself, they show you, yep, they do have it. They actually have the illustration on exactly how to tie the knot that they're recommending. So they've got a knot tying recommendation on here as well. And so yeah, you can see that, and that comes with each jig. You'll have that on there. So that's her. And what I will do is I usually make some of these up ahead of time. I'll trim the skirts, trim everything up, so I can just reach in my box and grab them. But I bought a bunch. Now I bought a whole bunch of quarter. I've got 35 jigs here, guys. I really bought a bunch, you know. But But the idea is I buy a 1/4 ounce and a 1/2 ounce and then 1 ounce. All right. Now I had some 1 ounce jigs, so I didn't buy any new 1 ounce jigs. But I did buy a bunch of halves and a bunch of quarters. I like the 1/4 ounce weights on Okeechobee. If when the water's getting a little more shallow and I don't need a real fast fall necessarily, and I'm pitching it around the bulrushes and things like that, where I'm not trying to go through heavy cover, just falling next to cover. That 1/4 ounce jig is spectacular. The hooks are spectacular. I don't know, I'm back here, I guess, but the hooks are really, really something, guys. It's just the greatest jig I own by far. I've already said this one time, and I want to just reiterate this. Every big fish over 9 pounds on Lake Okeechobee that I've caught has been caught on one of these jigs. Every one of them. And you say, well, that's the only one you fish, Dave. That's why. And yeah, maybe. But that's not true. I mean, I flip all the time with a lot of other baits. But it just seems like when I get a jig out, the bass just get a little more serious about business. I don't know why that is. But I have no explanation beyond the fact that I've had 6 fish over 9 pounds, and all 6 of them came on a jig just like that. So that's my Jig X supply. I got that in, and yay me. There's about $100 worth of stuff here. I think that's about what I paid for, again, for all of the goodies. And I kept it simple. I just got multiples of the same thing. You tear one off. You get. In my case, I have guests in the boat, and so you're going to need more than one at a time. Sometimes you need 3 tied on at once, and so you got to have that stuff. All right, so that's the jig stuff. All right, now I'm going to try and clear this stuff out of the way here a little bit, and I want to show you one other thing. And I mentioned the power jump starter at Bass Pro Shop the other day when I was at Bass Pro Shop, and I bought one. I bought a NOCO. Which is a brand that I hadn't really heard much about, but Bass Pro Shop was really high on it. Their guy in the marine section, he said, Dave, this thing is legit. It's the one. And I did some searching while I was in the store, and I kind of was able to get that same information, from Google about it in terms of how it holds up and how it performs and stuff. So I went ahead and I bought one, and I want to just show it to you real quick. It comes in a carry bag. It says NOCO on it. This is not the best bag I've ever seen. In fact, the one I had before this actually came in a nice zippered case, and I might actually see if this one will fit in that case. And of course, I think I threw the whole thing away. But I mean, I'm not super happy. I'll probably put this in a plain old box, to be honest with you. An appropriate size plain old box, and keep it that way. But I did get it completely charged up. You can see that all the lights are on and it's fully charged. It has the charge port, and everything is on one end. You have the charging port, and you also have the USB out. Here's your USB out to charge the device. Here's your in. This is how you actually charge this. And it took about 8 hours to charge it the first time, but it was pretty well discharged. It says it's good for up to 20 boosts, where it'll jumpstart your car up to 20 times, and I have no reason to think that it won't. It's got 7,000 joules, which is a measurement of power. But at the end of the day, it's 1,000 amps, and that's a lot of amperage. 1,000 amps is a lot of amperage. Also in the bag, it comes with the actual jumper cables, and this is the actual connector cables. This is what I really liked about this. This is really heavy duty. I mean, these are really of much better quality than the alligator clips that I had in the previous unit I owned. I like that. They make an extension cable. This one plugs in right to here, so you're only about this big. You're only about this big, I guess. But you can get a 10-foot extension cable. And I wish I had gotten one. I'll probably order one online, or if I get to Bass Pro Shop anytime in the near future, I'll just pick one up. Really heavy wire, much heavier gauge wire, and it's gonna clip on, and it's gonna start your batteries. It's gonna start your boat when your boat needs to be started, and that's really, you have to have one of these. If you don't have some way to jump your batteries or jump your boat when you leave the dock, I think you're being a little irresponsible. I think that you need to have something in your boat, whether it's just jumper cables. Some guys will jump from their trolling motor batteries to their starting battery. I don't recommend you do that personally. this is the way you want to do this. Also, this gives you the ability to help someone else who might be in trouble. Now it's got the classic warning lights on it and things like that as well. I don't, may or may not. Although you might need it. It might be dark and you might need it to to actually hook it up. So the lights might come in handy for that. This is the charging system it comes with, but you can also plug this into a computer or into most 5 milliamp chargers, like for your phones and things like that. They'll all work for it. And so it comes with that and the owner's manuals, which I have read, just some, with all the basic information. If you've got a battery that is so dead, that this is one thing that I like about this, is it's got a function on it to where if the battery is so dead that the machine won't recognize it. That's been one of the shortcomings of these systems, is that sometimes your battery doesn't register and it's like it won't jump it. This has got an override on it right here. If you press in this override button and hold this in, I'm not letting you see it, but right there, I just went into override mode, and now it's flashing in override mode. Now it's going to go ahead and jump. It's going to put a charge or a jump into the system, even though it's not recognizing the system. And that's just for emergency situations. Sometimes your battery's just so darn dead that it won't recognize it. And I've had that problem with my other charger or my other booster before. So this is me, guys. This is the GB40 NOCO. I'm not necessarily selling this one. I'm just telling you the reasons why I chose this one. But ultimately, and the most important thing here that I want to make sure that you understand, by far, the most important thing is get something and keep it in your boat. Something. You need to have something. You need to be able to take care of yourself, or maybe you'll find somebody stranded, somebody that you can assist. But you need to have something like this in your boat, and so on. So that's all I have. That's all I have in terms of the tackle and the charging or boosting system. I am feeling a little bit better tonight. I'm going to get this video up. I apologize for the little bit of a lag. Man, I'm sick. Seriously. Really. Felt like I had a blockage in my stomach or something. Everything was, well, you don't need to know. But it wasn't good. And it's kind of past at this point, and I'll probably, if it comes up again, I'll probably have to get to the emergency room and have them check me over a little bit. Right now, I feel like somebody beat me up. So, fishing report. I was on the water, I guess it's been 4 days ago now. It's been 4 days. But when I left them, they were in good order. The bass were biting. I know there's a spinnerbait bite that's still going. I talked to a good friend here this afternoon about 1, 2 o'clock, and he told me that the spinnerbait bite is still good and in shallow water. So keep that in mind. If you're getting out and getting back in the back ends, if you're going to try and cover water, spinnerbait's a great way to cover water right now because it seems to be something that they're reacting to. Sometimes.
Dawson?
Finally dropped back to pass. He was hit by number 4, Dawson Forsythe. Back. Number 5, Pettis goes up the middle for Alcona, pops it outside, and beats the Eagles to the byline. Nathan Short back to receive for the Eagles. Ball gets picked up by number 36, Nathan Short. They can't hold on to it, and the ball is recovered.
Arrow. Wide open.
Franklin throws the ball downfield to number 12, Mead. He's going to have a touch.